Hi everyone, my name is Mallory. Welcome to Awakening Butterfly and welcome to Spiritual Saturday. So today I have picked some cards for you guys. There's a nice little pile here. And before we get into it, I just want to start off with my typical disclaimer, which is this is a general reading. So for anybody who is watching this, it is for you guys, but it also might not be. So I ask that you take what you like and you leave the rest. Not everything is going to fit, so please don't try to make it fit. This is my second little card reading video. Pardon me. Hopefully you've enjoyed the first one. Also, I just want to say that in life we have free will. So whatever you decide to do with this information, it's up to you. So, yeah, these are just some messages, and hopefully some of it speaks to you and brings some peace and comfort. Okie dokie, who's ready? So I thought, why not start off with the Love and Light Oracle cards. So if you didn't know, I have a Facebook group called Light and Love. It's paired with my Facebook page for Awakening Butterfly. So if you're interested and you want to check it out, you want to join, feel free. It's on Facebook. It is Light and Love. And yeah, with that being said, we're going to do Love and Light. So our first card here, this is what she looks like. And this is Bathed in Divinity. Sorry for any light glares. He's coming is as brilliant as the sunshine. You can see what it looks like to be a Mother Mary holding the baby Jesus. We'll just put that aside. And you have options in the ways you deal with stress and worry. You have the power to bathe yourself in the pure energy of God's love by choosing to spend time in prayer, reading the Word, in the company of others who love God. Choose the relationships and situations where you feel most at home, peaceful with yourself and others. Recall the influence that other children had upon your choices in childhood. Did your circle of friends encourage you in a positive ways, or did they pressure or influence you to go in a destructive direction? Even in adulthood, we must still guard ourselves against unhealthy peer pressure. You bask in the reflection of God's light and love in your own heart and in the heart of believers who are with you. Just as you choose to eat foods that nourish your health, so too are you guided to carefully choose your work and living environments. God will help you make changes in these situations if you will pray for His help and follow His guidance. Using discernment about where and with whom you spend your time is part of self-care. Notice how you react when you are in various situations. If a certain place, relationship, or recurring pattern is draining your joy or energy, it's time to pray about whether a change is needed. And we have His coming is as brilliant as the sunrise. Rays of light flash from His hands where His awesome power is hidden. Okie dokie. So we have some more. Well, we got the old love and light. And here, it's got this beautiful angel, and there's other angels and all this energy dancing around. So use loving strength and discernment. And that's what this is just talking about over here, is in not only when you were a child, but even now today, no matter where you are in life, to use that discernment to see if people, places, things, are robbing you and draining you of your joy and energy, and is there a change that needs to be made, right? So we're going to use loving strength and discernment. I am not trying to win the approval of people, but of God. If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Christ's servant. So, put you over here and dive a little deeper, shall we? I find this fascinating. Just a little heads up from me. Although you're a kind and generous person, you also need to practice having healthy boundaries. And that is where this bathe in divinity comes in. Because if you just constantly bathe yourself in the golden white light and bringing down those heavenly energies, then you are protecting yourself and you're less likely to be drained. And henceforth, creating those healthy boundaries. But the key here is love, and trust me, I know people in my life that I just have to love them from a distance, and sometimes that's the case, and other people you can just be so buddy-buddy with, and it's great. So just never lose sight of love. Wisdom is knowing instinctively when saying no or yes is a loving choice. In life, we often feel torn between doing what others want us to do and doing what we know is right for us. We all have the ability to be discerning, but it takes great strength to deploy this skill, especially when others are pressuring us. Perhaps in childhood, we experienced peer pressure that sent us into an undesirable direction. From these experiences, we can learn and make better choices in the future. Praying for loving discernment is a good start. When we allow the wisdom of God to enter our hearts, we find the inner strength to use discernment for the highest good of all. We also find it easier to create and maintain those healthy boundaries. I'm not trying to win the approval of people, but of God. If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Christ's servant. So, love that. Now let's see what ye old Mother Mary has to say, the Queen of Angels. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. Okay, so we'll start here, and what I love, pardon the glare, y'all, anyways, so Mercy. So, good old Mercy. And the fact that I'm kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. So again, this all kind of is tying together with bathing yourself in that divinity, using loving strength and discernment. So whatever decision is being made with love, not only towards others, but to yourself as well, because that is very important. So this card right here asks you to notice the way in which you relate to people, including yourself. If you are kind and thoughtful towards others, you will have a higher self-esteem. While you can't control how another person treats you, mercy and compassion are usually returned in kind. This card is a message to avoid gossip or criticism of yourself and others, and to constantly speak in loving and empowering ways. The higher energy generated by positive words will help you stay away from the negativity. This is just the true meaning of judge not lest ye be judged. So basically do unto others as you would do to yourself. So treat people how you'd want to be treated is what I'm getting here. And it can be tricky sometimes to stay away from certain things. Being a Gemini, sometimes I catch myself like gossiping or like wanting to hear, ooh, what's going on over there? But if we can stay away from some of those lower vibration energies, hence the negativity, then we can have nothing but love and positivity. So, love that. And I love how it is like all coming together. So beautiful. Okay, what else does she have to say? Miracle. I trust in God to know the perfect solution for the situation. So, trusting in God to know the perfect solution for the situation. So my take on that is maybe you're in a negative situation. Maybe you're having a hard time with boundaries. Maybe you're realizing, you know what? This person that I've been friends with for a few years, they're getting on my last nerve. And I need to set up those healthy boundaries, or I need to just end the friendship and just move on with my life and know that God is going to handle this situation. So whatever situation you're going through, whether it's anything to do with all the things I just mentioned or something completely different. So you've asked for miracles and they are given. Even if you can't imagine how your present situation could be resolved, God's infinite wisdom contains the solution. This card offers reassurance that a miracle is manifesting for you and your loved ones. It appears in a completely unexpected way. And I always find that a little sometimes hard to grapple with, I guess you could say, is usually we're constantly praying for something, or we're wishing, or we're manifesting, we're doing something, and we're like, why isn't this happening? What's taking so long? Or when is this going to happen? We start to become a little bit doubtful. And then something way better than we ever expected eventually comes along, or what we want, what we've been working so hard for, will show up, but just never, ever, ever in a way that you expected or could even imagine. And you're just like, wow. I love that about life. Mother Mary offers you strength and support during this time. She is a source of great emotional comfort and healing. Lean upon her, especially if your faith wavers, which can happen in that waiting period. It's the old, the teacher is quiet during the test, and you're like, where'd everybody go? So lean upon her, especially if your faith wavers. And also just remember that God works in divine timing and may give you guidance as to necessary steps for you to take to bring the miracle about. Because we live in this linear 3D world where on the other side over there really is no such thing as time and space. It's just this continuum. Things just are going, and nothing never really ends. Hopefully that made some sense. So while we're here looking at a watch, looking at the clock, looking at the calendar, whatever, frustrated, why isn't this happening? Or when is this going to happen? All your angels, all your saints, all your loved ones, everybody, all your spirit team, they're saying, if only she knew, if only he knew, if only they knew, it's just around the corner, or it's coming. just have to keep that faith. So trust that a miracle is coming, and while you're impatiently waiting, because I know I've been there myself, just lean on Mary, Mother Mary, for that support and that love during that time. So, moving along, we're going to just throw out some fun Bible verses, because bathing in the divine over here, kind of coming full circle, is we need to find people who are like-minded, who believe in the things that we believe in, and that will lift us up. And that is very important to find that. So, and to have, using that loving discernment, and just finding the people in your life with whom you can speak openly to about the Word of God and not be judged. So, anyways, it's very important, and we're going to do that now. So, like I said, things are coming full circle, and what you do with this information is up to you. You can choose to pray about things, meditate on it, journal it. If at any given point you want to pause the video, maybe just, ponder, whatever you wish. Your wish is your command, I suppose. So we have some cards here. So we got good old Jesus, kind of looks like he's counseling a guy right here. So come unto me, all that are labor and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And that is from Matthew 11:28. In case you own a Bible or you want to Google this and look into anything deeper and further, feel free. Or maybe this is all you need, or maybe you don't care at this point. Whatever, it's totally fine. There's no judgment here. But if you would like to pause so you can kind of read and ponder over this or write it down, feel free. Blessed are they that hear the word of God and keep it. Luke 11:28. And then there's Jesus with a little child. So again, blessed are they who hear the word of God and keep it. Again, just like it could be, it's like full circle and then full circle again. And the last one for the day, all things whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. Matthew 21:22. And that brings us back to the miracle. So, I hope you've enjoyed. Feel free to leave any comments, questions, suggestions down below. And until next time, stay magical.